Hello, my friends. It's Chris Biffle, Coach B. It is March 17th, and you are here just in time for the most important whole brain teaching webcast we've done in the last year and a half. If you're online and if you're live, and I certainly hope you are, help out your colleagues by talking about the applications that you see for this major upgrade to one of the world's most popular teaching systems. Here it is, Whole Brain Teaching 2.0. I'm getting my screen adjusted, and then I will be ready to go. Going over just a hair. And there's a pretty faithful portrait of me. Coach B on the left. This is program 572. And go buy the book. If you don't have Challenging Kids, buy our book for a desperate colleague. You can find it on Amazon.com. Someone can bring up the link to the Amazon page where you can buy Whole Brain Teaching. That'd be great. Here's who we are. Over 106,000 registered members, 4 million views on YouTube, 10 million pages of freebies downloaded. We are one of the world's most popular education websites. Some of you may be saying, oh, there's Biffy Bluebird. Hi, Coach. Hi, Biffy. What if someone wants a copy of these slides or needs a professional development certificate? And there's his buddy Smarty Wonderbeak. Easy breezy, lemon squeezy. Details are at the end of this program. Thank you, my little feathered friends. And here's the deal. Finally, I can talk about it. Whole Brain Teaching 2.0. It's the largest upgrade in our 14-year history. We found a way to do what looked impossible. WBT 2.0 combines classroom management, instructional delivery, and critical thinking in a single, seamless whole. And I'd love to hear how excited everybody is by having three things all in a seamless whole we never thought would go together. I'm feeling the vibes coming in already from the online audience. The total package, says one of my friends online. It is going to be the total package. I didn't know where this thing was going 14 years ago, and I never would have dreamed it would go this far, this cool. Let's keep rolling. Yeah, I feel the vibes. Now, with this amazing new upgrade, every student of every ability, in every subject, at every grade, from pre-K to high school seniors, will be involved, continuously involved, in irresistibly engaging critical thinking activities. At its core, WBT 2.0 involves free-form critical thinking. That's pronounced fact. Now let's just get that perspective right now. Here's the issue in education. We teach the kids one way in pre-K and another way in first grade and another way in fourth grade. In fourth grade they say, oh, all that other way that you learned, that's not the right way. And then in middle school they say, well, you're in middle school, not in high school. It says, what are you telling me? That's middle school stuff. What if we were all teaching the same way successfully? Can you get that picture? Or we got one way of teaching for special ed and another way of teaching for the regular folks and another way of teaching for the gifted. What if we were teaching all of them the same way? Or in math we got one technique, and art we got another, and don't even talk to me about music. I'm saying this again. I'm making a bold claim. Every grade, every ability, every subject, Free-form critical thinking. Tell me if you've got the vision already. You don't see the details, but do you have the vision of the incredibleness of what I'm talking about? I'm taking a drink of California Clear. It's hardly started, but I'm got to settle myself down right now. Got the vision? Yes. Almost too good to be true, says A.D. Lutz. Teacher heaven for sure, says S. Rebel. All right. Now, check it out. Let's talk about the difference between structured critical thinking and free-form critical thinking. And Biffy Bluebird says, could the two be combined? An example of structured critical thinking that we've invented, is this triple whammy sentence. Superman is a great hero because blue reason, green reason, and red reason. And then we tell him. We tell him what goes in the blue blank, what goes in the green blank, and what goes in the red blank. That is structured critical thinking. And we've been very successful with it. But free-form critical thinking is another animal. We give them a question, is Superman a great superhero? And then we've taught them to use the following in any order in their answer. A triple whammy, that's a three-part topic sentence. Detail adders, because, for example, also, but, adjectives, comparisons, and contrasts. Let me come back at you full screen. You know what? I'm going to get fancy here. I'm going the 3D mix. You see, free-form critical thinking is what we really mean by real critical thinking. Someone throws a problem at us and they don't give us the outline of the solution. We've got to use these terms in creative ways in a variety of combinations to reason to a conclusion. Structured critical thinking, free-form critical thinking. WBT 2.0, at its core, free-form critical thinking. Let's just think a little bit more. We've got time. Aristotle said that the archer needs to know the target in order to hit it. Our difficulty in teaching is that we've got too many targets. Here are our targets. Online, my friends, share with us some of the targets that you have to hit, and there's so many. What grade level? And tell us some of the stinking targets you're trying to hit. They're all over the place. Common Core Standards, that's a target. Kinder is one sort of goal with critical thinking. Reading fluency. Data. Dibbles. Close reading strategies. Evidence-based writing. Yeah, it's like we're juggling 20 balls here. I think I'm hitting a nerve out there. Now here's some more of these targets we're trying to hit. Jay Loftus, welcome. We had a great time with your free Skype. Now, life for us and our students would be so much simpler for all at every grade and every subject aiming at the same target. The target should be free-form critical thinking. We want kids to be able to think carefully and creatively without teacher prompts, worksheets, or sentence frames. Just boom. Analyze X, investigate Y, and explore Z. Free-form critical thinking, every grade, pre-K to 12th. Another dimension, every subject, math to PE. You fill in the subjects. And every ability, that's the tough one. Can we really put special ed and gifted under the same umbrella? My friends, if we cannot put special ed and gifted under the same umbrella, then we've ghettoized our kids. And that's not American. Freeform critical thinking keeps the rain off of every little head, and the big ones too. Now, I haven't told you what freeform critical thinking is just yet. I'm just getting you warmed up. Is anybody warmed up out there? Are you getting the feel for this incredible WBT 2.0, what we're making, this bizarre claim? Every head sheltered from the rain under one umbrella? Oh, I'm taking a drink. Yeah, smoking. Hot. Nice and toasty. Sounds great. Now, I'm going to show it to you. You got your doubts, that's all right. I like the doubts because I like to hear the noise of the doubts exploding. Here we go. Freeform critical thinking should be our target anywhere in this three-dimensional learning space. And we say, special ed pre-K to gifted 12th grade, one system uniting all. I'm getting close to showing it to you. This is the slide before the big slide. Amazingly enough, after a decade of trial and error in classrooms across the country, we've discovered a single diagram, the Einstein triangle, which is going to be way more wampin than any Einstein triangle you've seen, as all teachers at any grade level, any subject, need to teach fact. Now, let me tell you. If what we're saying is that every head can fit under this umbrella, we need one picture, one diagram that we can teach from. No matter where we are in this world, no matter what the ability of the student is, no matter what the grade level and what the subject is. One single stinking diagram. Talk to me. You ready to see the diagram? Because you think you know it if you know anything about Einstein triangles. Baby, you don't know it. I'm taking a drink. You ready to see it? Just one? There's the target. I can't be showing you 20 slides if I'm saying there's one target. I'm drinking. Here we go. Everybody's cooking. I'm bringing it up. There's the diagram. Check it out. You see the Einstein triangle is at the center. Einstein triangle we've been working with for a while, but surrounding the Einstein triangle in a halo are a ton of critical thinking gestures. You see, if you put that up on the whiteboard, if you have it as a PowerPoint, if you make it into a poster, there you've got it. Blizzard, talk about it. Yeah, that's it, right there. Now, poster size, and it'll keep you on track. I'm going to talk about this over the week. I'm going to show you another diagram that you're going to love. Think of this as the other side of the diagram, but check this out. Check it out. Boom. How do you like that? There's all the sentence frames that go with the stinking gestures. Blizzard, you want it now. Loftus, you're excited. Oh, snap. You see, just two diagrams, and I haven't even gone into this stuff yet. and you're feeling the vibe of 2.0. You've got to have it. Yeah, I'm happy too, Claire. Gosh, I gotta tell you, I'm so moved by your response. I just wasn't sure that you would get it. I'll let you look at it some more, because I'm going to talk a bit about it. There's the, call it the key, and here is the map. I just want to talk about don't worry about Oregon, we'll help you out. Let me just talk about one of the features on the, no, I'm not going to do that. Let me just blow your minds a little bit more. Has anybody got any mental capacity left that it could get even more blown? Because here's Mr. JJ Jive. Looks great, but how do I use it? Has everybody got medical clearance for what's coming next? Because it's the application where the magic is. Here we go. Do I have everyone's attention? Don't be chitter-chattering. I want your attention now, my friends. Laminated and taped to the desk. Oh, wait till you see this, Blizzard. Cruz, I'm glad you have your asthma pumped. Hold on to your seat, Helen Bow. Marianne 12, you're going to be gasping for breath in a second. Check it out. Display the gestures themselves as posters. Give me an ah. Ho 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 ho. Because I made the stinking posters for you. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Anybody rubbing their hands together saying, oh, sweet mama, I cannot wait. I made the stinking posters for you. Oh. Here we go. Watch it. Watch it. Now, you're going to put the posters up on your whiteboard. And each poster looks really, really cool. Andre Desch, you're going to devour these. Let's go through the posters. So, there's a poster. We want to talk about the difference between shallow statements and deep statements. I'll go back over these in another webcast. We want kids to make deep statements, not shallow statements. These are power stars. Yes. Grand Kaslami, Jackie, you're so right. Here's the next poster. The because clapper. Nice and large in front of the room. Notice blank because blank. Power stars. Now, I'm going to throw something at you. You may think it's gotten as good as it's going to get. But check out, so wait. I just want to be sure everybody's on board with me. So you got the big diagram. And whatever you want to focus on that day, you put the poster on the wall. Has everybody got the picture? The big diagram is the map. The individual posters are the close-ups. And it's going to get more wonderful. I'm starting to get lightheaded myself. All right, you with me? All right, here's some more posters. But check this out. Check it out. There's the detail adder. I will talk a little bit about the detail adder tonight. This is our gesture for a detail adder. We do not call them detail sentences. Detail sentences is too nebulous. Here's a paragraph. I said, for example, blah, 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 blah. And if I do this, that means I need to add a detail to the example. A detail adder adds information to the thing you just said. Detailed sentences are all mushed around, relating in some amorphous way to the topic sentence. But if you gave a simile, A detail adder adds to the simile. Listen, my dear friends, how often do you put in the column more? You're always saying more. Detail adder solves that problem. Now, check this out. There is something that makes my college heart sing. Two gestures together showing kids that when they say, for example, they need to tell me at least one more sentence. That is a huge problem in writing. Huge problem in writing, and that poster solves the problem. You see that? Oh wait, you don't see it because I haven't shown it to you. I'm sorry. There it is. You see the for example with the detail adder in the lower right hand side? That solves the huge problem of, for example, blah, 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 and then another sentence that backs up the example. That way this stuff is not hanging out there. So the detail adder is crucial to the whole process. Also, or in addition, those are synonyms. But when you say also, then you give a detail adder. Let's have an example here. So we said, well, I'm going to give you an assignment. So your first sentence is, I love whole brain teaching because, finish that, then give me also, and then a detail adder. I have a 3-sentence assignment for my online task, my online group. I love whole brain teaching because, then also, and then give me a detail adder. Give me 3 sentences right now. And kinders and firsties can do it. And you're doing a ton of this orally. Now, AD Lutz, you need a detail adder after the also. Look at the screen. After the also or in addition, I need a detail adder. That is what makes writing developed. Sorry, I'm not getting any detail adders. Give me another sentence about the also. I'll wait. There we go. After the also, one more sentence, a completely separate sentence. Yes, now you're seeing how to build. Some people are throwing in examples. Oh yeah, you guys are rocking. All right. Let's go to the next one. Now, but or however, those are synonyms. So blank, but blank. Do not let kids begin a sentence with but, and just use however as a synonym, and then after that, you put in a detail adder. Mrs. Shipley, very good. Here's our comparison. Blank is like blank because, notice I've got 3 gestures now. Give me a oh sweet mama, yeah. I got my comparison gesture, blank is like blank, that's comparison. Because, that's my because clapper gesture, and then a detail adder. What I'm telling you is, these are like intellectual Legos. Intellectual Legos that can be combined in any order, almost. I can tell you're feeling the heat. The because clapper is one clap. That's exactly right, Loftus. The problem is, how many can you use in your writing fluently? The possibilities, Crystal Long, are endless. Look, let me talk about kinders. Farah will talk about firsties. I would not be doing this unless Andrea Schindler, our queen of kindergarten, had not been able to get her kids to use but, also, in addition, and speak triple whammies. If we can do that in kindergarten, we can do it anywhere. That's what convinced me. And these were ELL kids in a high-need school in kindergarten, and they're using these because Clapper up the kazoo. And in first, it's like you can't go fast enough, Mrs. Shipley will tell you in first grade. Let's look at some more of these posters. Here is different than because. So, 3 gestures. That is a wonderful logical unit that we never see in kids' writing. Is related to, because. You see, the deal in freeform critical thinking is, I'm going to show you how to give kids practice in these individually, and then you're going to see them starting to use them. In fact, I was just doing a seminar the other day, and I showed everybody the capital letter and the period, and I went on to some other stuff, and they were still talking to each other with the capital letter and the period. You get it in the motor cortex, it runs automatically. Automatic learning, intellectual Lego building. There's adjective. Let's talk about adjective. Look, adjective. I love chocolate ice cream in the hot summertime. Just get them to work on adjectives all day long. Now, I put the conclusion or to sum up in red because the story's over. Help me. Help me is in gray because your kid is in a fog. Help me is huge. I'm just giving you you know what? I better show you. There's in conclusion, in red. Help me. You stand a kid up, they don't know what to say or do. They start out and they can't answer. They throw their hands out and say, help me, and everybody just joins in and shouts answers. Help me creates a mutually nourishing classroom. Farah, talk about help me. Giselle, you're the queen of help me with your Philly kids. Or should I say, Ms. Philly Swagger. Now, Farah is teaching me stuff all the time, and so is Giselle and Kate and Andre. But the thing is, what Farah does is, the kids do this, and they say new paragraph. I think that's better than indent. So, blah, 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 new paragraph. Blah, 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 new paragraph. Period. Anybody using the period with the Like moving a typewriter, that's right. Cruz, isn't that better, a new paragraph? Except they don't know what a typewriter is. You want to blow some kids' minds, show them a rotary telephone and ask them what it is. What is that thing with the dial? All right, so here's everybody's favorite, capital letter. Get them speaking capitals all day long. Get them making commas in their triple whammy. And there's the triple whammy. I color-coded it because the triple whammy has 3 parts. So you make a sentence that has 3 parts, and then you write about the green part, the blue part, and the red part. Separate. But what would a lesson look like? Anybody interested to know what a lesson in 2.0 would look like? Or have you had enough excitement? Have you had all the excitement you can stand for the night? Could you take a little more excitement? You could handle more excitement. Because this is really a big change. For Kate and Blizzard and Ms. Philly Swagga and Lubbock Lightning. All right, it's going to get exciting again in a second. First of all, this is an obvious point. Post 1 or more power stars in the front of the room as a focus for daily practice. So you just put it up there. But here's the cruncher. Here's the really short template. The teacher says class, the students say yes. You give your micro lesson, and then you clap twice and say because. The students say okay, they teach each other the instructor's micro lesson, and they add because. Tell your students which power stars you want them to use right after you clap. The power stars call out replaces teach. That is so huge. Let me go over this. Listen, in whole brain teaching, the way that we do pair share is we go teach. And that works great. And you can keep using that. But if you want to move it up, you'd go because, or capitals and periods, or compare. So the kids always reply, okay, okay, okay. So by changing the teach okay, we're incorporating free-form critical thinking into pair sharing. That is so big. That is bigger than big. We have kids talking to each other all day long. Now we're going to weave into that talking free-form critical thinking. See, I gave a lesson. I didn't even mention the word because. Now I go because, and they've got to turn to each other and figure out how to put a because in there. Or, for example, I gave a general lesson, and now they've got to figure out how to give the example. Or I go, for example, adder. That is what's astonishing here. This shows you we're doing critical thinking all day long. They're doing paraphrasing and any bitter piece of this that you want to add. Has everybody got it? Everybody understand how we're doing this? Ask me some questions, but first get excited. Lisa B's got it. S Rebel has it. It'll take some practice. Oh yeah, Jackie's got it. Terry BR has got it. Motivation Monday. Miss Shipley, do you see the new piece here? You clap twice and tell them what you want to do. Every subject, every day, every kid. It will take practice, Marsh, but just work on the because clapper. Just work on the capital. Just work on the period. No videos yet, Claire. Layla, Blizzard, Layla, you just go to wholebrainteaching.com and everything you need is there. Look under first steps. I'll show you in a second, Layla. All right, here we go, back here. Now, important point, this is big. This is big. Kate, Giselle, tune in. When using the Einstein triangle, put a topic in the center box. Understand that not every topic will produce a useful comparison, contrast, or connection. So you're not trying to get a comparison, contrast, and connection for everything in the box, but you can always get at least 2 or 3. Now, what does connect SWS mean? Connect means connect to self, connect to world, or connect to school. Too often when we're using connections, we're getting comparisons. So understand that, Giselle. Understand that, Kate. You don't have to find a comparison, contrast, and connection for self, world, and school every time. But some of those are going to work. And it's going to make it more flexible and easier to do. You're right, Kate. Be careful with connect. Students will often use a comparison in place of a connection. Thus, keep connections focused on self, world, or school. Everything we teach, there's got to be a connection to the kid's self. Sarah Metter, you missed the party. Gosh, it was a good party, even though you weren't here. But I knew there was something missing. Now here's a magnificent idea. Connect the Power Stars to the Super Improvers team. Give me an oh sweet mama yeah. When you see students improving and using a Power Star gesture, give them stars on the Super Improver team. Thus you're rewarding for individual advancement in critical thinking. Sarah, if you can stay online, I'll Skype with you because I really want you to see this. So this connects critical thinking to improvement, which is what we want to see kids improving on. This is a whole other dimension. Thanks, Sarah. I look forward to talking to you. I know you're busy. All right, here's 9 advantages of using FACT and Power Stars. One system for every student. Magical flexibility. Teachers can focus on one or many gestures. Vastly increases critical thinking practice. Oral writing translates directly into writing. Utilizes the whole brain, seeing, hearing, speaking, doing, and feeling. Works for every subject. Thus, critical thinking is not pigeonholed into an activity. Super Improver rewards provide differentiation. It sets a clear, easy to understand goal for all communication, deep statements, which I didn't talk about tonight, and it can be combined with structured critical thinking. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, my friends, how did that statement get in there? How could we combine free-form critical thinking with structured critical thinking? I thought they were mutually exclusive. I think Biffy Bluebird can help us out here. JJ Jive wants to know, how could you combine free-form critical thinking with structured critical thinking? You just ask the kids to fill in the critical thinking structure with free-form critical thinking. Give me an oh yeah. You see that? You give them the structure and fill it up with your mind Legos. Sarah, you're in at the end of the party, and I think you're starting to get the vibe anyway. All right. Now do this. Pay attention to your coach. It's hard to keep these straight, so make up your own grade sheet. And put down the stuff that you want to work on, scoreboard or because clap or a detail add or a teach okay. Give yourself a grade at the end of every day on how you did on these. This is how you keep from juggling 20 balls at a time and dropping 19 of them on the floor. Oh, freeform active critical thinking. Blizzard, you're a genius. So this is how you, and so you just add stuff as the weeks go on. Here, let me show this to you. You see this? Make that tally sheet. Well, it wasn't you, Blizzard. Who was it? Make the tally sheet, give yourself grades. You figure out what you want to work on. Shipley, of course. Freeform active critical thinking, fact. All right. Now, there's Ms. Linenthal.
Gosh, WBT 2.0 sounds great, but how could I get professional development credit for this broadcast and a copy of these slides?
My friends, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you not an arm and a leg, but a pinky fingernail. I will stay awake tonight. If you'll put $5.72 into the PayPal window, I will mail it to you. I'll mail you the link tonight. $5.72. That's the pinky fingernail it's going to cost you. What do I mean? You see, here's the PayPal window at wholebrainteaching.com. And I will stay up for the next hour while I'm Skyping with dear Sarah Metter, and I'll start sending you links to all of these slides, and you can rock and roll. Yes, it's a bargain, my friends, but I can't help it. I love teachers. I fight it, but I can't help it. You'll get this beautiful certificate that you can use for professional development. Lisa B gets someone who does have PayPal. Anybody using these for professional development? You'll get this certificate. The posters are the printouts from the slides. You make them as large as you want. I don't want to charge you for posters. It'll cost you a fortune. Thank you, Rebel. Next week, WBT 2.0 K-12 oral writing. We're going to go back over a lot of the stuff we did tonight and just focus on oral writing. So tonight was the overview of 2.0. You want me to come to your school? You want it? Well, get your administrator to send me an email. And let's start negotiating. Chris Biffle at wholebrainteaching.com. All right, my friends. This was a night I waited over 40 years for. I never knew it was coming. I didn't know the dream was every kid, every subject, every ability. But reasoning is what we want them to do. I mean, it's common sense. Reasoning is what we want them to do. The problem is to figure out a fun, engaging, whole brain way to do reasoning in nice little bits and pieces. Let's look at that diagram again. Anybody itching to see that incredible diagram again? I'm itching to show it to you. There it is. There's the map to teaching heaven. Right there. Everything in one place. Here's where you get some background information, my friend. I'm going to show you background information. Check this out. I'm going here to our website, wholebrainteaching.com, and I am going to the front page. Look here on the front page. You see where it says First Steps? Read those articles. Free. See where it says Levels? Read those articles. Free. See where it says Goodies? There's nothing there about 2.0, but there's brief summaries of all of our materials, and all the materials are free online. You just got to register. And I need an extra 10-finger woo, and here's what I need it for. Has anyone noticed there's no pop-ups on our website? Have you noticed there's no pop-ups on our YouTube videos? Can you dig that? YouTube's asking me all the time. It's all they're thinking about. Why don't you put advertisements on your videos so you can make some change? I'm saying, I'm sorry. I'd rather help my friends than dig my hand into their pockets. Yeah. All right. $5.72. And you're going right here to the PayPal window. My friends, it was a dream come true tonight to be here with you. I'm so excited about this. There's so much that we're going to be able to do. You'll get a copy of all the slides used tonight. So, the master's program, we're having a little bit of hesitation. So my friends, tell me, what grade you teach and what state or country you're from. Just let the stuff flow down the screen. Who are you? Where are you from? How much do you love WBT 2.0? Charlotte, North Carolina. Washington, New Jersey, Louisiana and Texas. Illinois, Ohio. We do give information in advance on our website. San Diego, Greenville, North Carolina. This will be in the video library. It'll be uploaded before very long. Washington State. 7th grade science. Andre, send me your phone number. Let's chat. If you got time, I can chat with you tonight. I'd love to see what you're going to be able to do with this. Hawaii. Oh, my dear friends in Hawaii. How many slides come with the presentation? I'll tell you how many slides come with the presentation. Why, 57 slides, my friends. Sarah, can you get him? Can you do a quick Google Hangout? Andre, you got time for me to Skype with you and Sarah? If not, that's cool, but let's do chat. All of our videos are stored in a archive right here. So it takes a while to get them uploaded, but they're there within a day or so. And iShow, the recording will be right here. This is 571. 572 will appear right here. All right, Mrs. Shipley, tell people about the t-shirt. Go ahead, Mrs. Shipley. Tell them about the t-shirt. We got t-shirts for you too, folks. Mrs. Shipley, where is the link to the 2014 t-shirt? Okay, Andre. Andre, in an email, send me your phone number. Mrs. Shipley, where is the link, my friend? There is the link. We have to sell 100 of those before anybody gets one. Cruz, you're a little bit ahead of me, but yeah, we're working on that. Hartman, send me an email. If anybody wants to contact me about a conference or a Skype up here, click on Contact Us. and that will give me an email. If you want a Skype or a conference, send me an email. WBT certification takes a while. We want you to really know your stuff. 3-4 months if you work hard. Andre, have you figured out how to do a hangout? Sarah, have you figured out how to do a hangout? Yes, Kate. Same as last year. Conference is in Pineville, Louisiana, Louisiana College. I would come to North Carolina if I could get an administrator to invite me. Way to go, Crystal Long. Great, Sarah. There is a master's program. We just can't get all the details straight yet. You know, North Carolina, I would do a free Skype just to start things off, and then you talk to your administrator and see if your administrator wants to make this part of the professional development plan. I love North Carolina. I'm doing free Skypes now, like, you know, like you go to Baskin and Robbins, they give you a little tasty sample. I'll give you a tasty sample to see if you want a hot fudge sundae down the line. Work it, Loftus. Sure, pass along the message, K. Watts. I just did a Skype with Ohio near Cleveland. Great, Rebel. Well, folks, I'm about ready to sign off. I just want you to greet our newest member of the Street Name Club. It's J. Cruz, and she is Ms. Philly Swagga. Cruz, you're great, but you owe me a video a week, my friend. And I'm trying to edit out the coughing from this last video, and I'm having a little success. So, my friends, it's Chris Biffle, Coach B. The 575 gets you all the slides from tonight. Jackie's got it. Talk to you soon, my friends. Come back next week so we can go more into depth into WBT 2.0. Kate, talk to you soon. Kate, I want to see what your kids do with this WBT 2.0. All right, it's Coach B saying, power to the kids. Coach B signing off. Till next time.